Dear Shri Nagesh Kumarji, Mr. Kumar, who was instrumental in bringing me here, and delegates for this 2 days workshop, conference here. So this is my interaction with the industry has been very new, maybe 4 or 5 months old, since the time I joined as a development commissioner and Secretary Industries in Government of Maharashtra. And given the, like the themes and the topics which you are going to discuss over next 2 days, I think you should have got some person who is much more experienced in the industry. But it's more of a scheduling rather than my expertise in the sector, which brought me to this platform at this point of time. Nonetheless, as a keen watcher in people's behavior when they visit malls and shopping places, I have jotted down few of my thoughts, other than what we are doing with the RAI for promoting and supporting industry in the state of Maharashtra. So, thank you for, once again, thank you for inviting me here. So I did not tell you that this industry has grown by leaps and bounds. And indeed, it's a growth which has must have surprised many. We are $60 billion industry today and hope to triple by, we hope to go to 180 billion in 2020. And this is twice as that of, the growth is going to be twice as that of the retail, traditional retail industry. I think it's a great news for all of us. I also happy to note that the share of modern retail in Maharashtra is highest in the country, which is around 12 to 13%. But I see in retail industry as uniquely transforming the consumer's shopping experience. The organized retail industry has brought in new perspective of shopping experience to millions of Indians. It's offering them choice of products and prices. And I do feel that this industry has increased what we economists call consumer surplus. It's also offering us exposure to new products. And I think this exposure would have been impossible but for the phenomenal growth of modern retail, which we have seen in the last few years. I think this point is also worth noting that the modern retail industry, it builds aspirations in the consumers. And what I mean to say that when consumers go and see the malls, some of the products they can afford, some of the products they cannot afford. But I think many of us do think that in future we'll be able to afford those products. So I think that way it's building aspirations into the consumers. And I think that's very good for any growing and aspirational society. And in a way, in that way, it provides positive feedback to individuals to strive for better future, notably in terms of salary and career growth. I also see this industry contributing to India's social transformation. It offers nearly the same experience and access to all the shoppers, irrespective of their social status and education levels. And most importantly, it has offered employment opportunities to our millions of educated youths. Despite these benefits and opportunities, however, the industry faces several challenges related to implementation of rules and regulations. This is in addition to the challenge you are facing from the e-commerce. As I often say, the first steps to solve any problem is to understand the problem. In last couple of months, we had several meetings with Mr. Kumar and other representatives of RAI. We had discussed the problems which industry is facing. And if those problems resolved, that will help the industry to grow faster in not only Maharashtra, but elsewhere in the country. In addition to our meeting in the industries department, we together had meeting with metrology department, labor department, and we hope to have many more meetings in the future. As you will be knowing, the government of Maharashtra is working with RAI for formulating its retail trade policy. The policy will seek to address various issues that industry is facing. Through this policy, we hope to solve the problems that are impediments to industry's faster growth. I think enforcement of rules and regulations become more effective if they can be complied with in a transparent manner. We are hopeful that policy will not only remove many obstacles, but also lead to such a transparent system of enforcement of rules and regulations. These efforts of ours are a part of bigger initiative which we have been championing in recent months under the aegis of Ease of Doing Business and Make in Maharashtra. As Mr. Nagesh Kumar mentioned, the other area where the government and RAI and other retailers can work is the area of skill development. As he said, Rasi is doing the wonderful work. And just a few days back when I was interacting with NASCAM, that I came to know that National Skills Qualification Council has evolved qualification and job skills level for different job roles. But for skills development to be effective, we will have not to only develop the content, but also find effective ways of delivering it. We have to explore to what extent colleges and training institutes can become delivery centers. And as research shows, the role of human interface is very important in any training and learning programs. We would do a better job of building much higher level of skills if we integrate these skills requirement with our overall learning in schools and colleges. We also need to take care of assessment of skills and their certification. If we can build this ecosystem, then I think skilling should not be a challenge. As a person who is very passionate about learning, I would urge the industry to focus on providing higher learning opportunities to the persons working in store operations and other staff or yours. We should go beyond what has been provided by NSQC. I see this is very important for providing unique shopping experience to those new millions of shoppers who are drawn to your stores every day. Only higher level of skills and sensitivity to customers can deliver a very powerful message of social transformation through organized retail to these new shoppers of varied social and educational background. And I think, as Mr. Kumar mentioned, that 2020 is a target for you to make sure that every person who works in retail, modern retail industry is certified by NSQC standard. While certifying, we also have to make provision for not only certifying them as per the standard which have evolved today, but also keep ramping those standards. And I was thinking about my own shopping experience in different countries, including Japan and US and all that. And I think there are many subtle features of shopping experience which might not have been captured by NSQC. And how do we capture those features and build them into an evolving paradigm of training and learning? I think that will be a challenge. And as a person who is very deeply involved in this, if you have, if you want, I am ready to interact with you on this. But we will have to incorporate those features of interface with the shopper and the retail store staff. And that has to evolve continuously rather than certifying them as per today's standard. Because as competition grows, and I think more and more shoppers are drawn, the experienced shoppers will demand a better and improved experience. So I think there is a challenge, but we hope that we will be able to meet the challenge. Going forward, I think the quality of service and customer experience that you will offer will be the key determinants of the growth of the organized retail sector. Let me once again state that in the government, we are committed to formulate the policy for the retail sector and continuously engage with you to resolve the problems that you face so that you achieve your growth targets and fully realize the potential of the sector in offering a unique shopping experience to the millions of the customers. Thank you very much for inviting me here, and I wish the conference grand success. We will be there with you whenever Mr. Kumar and any of you want to discuss any issue, and aside from whatever government interface you need to have, in any way, wherever when my experience of learning and sharing can be used, I will be glad to do that. Thank you very much.